A white police officer shoots and kills a young black man after a robbery. That man, Michael Brown, was unarmed. And the fallout set off a violent and heated debate over race and the use of police force. That debate intensified this week when a grand jury decided the officer should not be charged with a crime, leading to even more violence. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for ABC-7 at 5. I'm Estela Casas. The country is deeply divided over the events in Ferguson, but there's something else fueling polarized opinions. ABC-7's Maria Garcia is live with perspective you'll see only on ABC-7. Maria.
Hi, Estela. Well, you've probably seen a whole lot of social media posts about Ferguson. Some people saying Michael Brown is wrongly portrayed as a thug. Others say the opposite, that the gentle giant image is the false portrayal. Well, it all depends on where you click. Americans are increasingly getting news from social media sites and Facebook and Twitter. Even sites like Yahoo and Google use algorithms or formulas to suggest content you're likely to click. So say you're liberal. If you click on left-leaning articles or like left-leaning posts, sites pick up on that. They suggest articles and content that comes up on your Facebook or other sites to feed your viewpoint. So you're only getting a limited angle of the story. And ditto the opposite way for conservatives. That creates more polarizing outlooks, and Dr. Richard Pineda, who's studying this, says it fosters very shallow engagement.
It's tied to this idea of narrowcasting, that once you find a sort of sphere that you feel comfortable in, most of the news and most of the information is going to be tied to that sphere. It's not a conversation about race. It's not a conversation about the dynamics of policing. It's not a conversation about socioeconomics and what that means for communities. It's essentially this: he was right, he was wrong. And Facebook makes that worse because you don't really have a rich dialogue or a rich engagement.
Advertisers have long done this. Ads for items you've browsed online suddenly popping up on your Facebook and Yahoo pages. Well, this is essentially the same thing, but with content. So how do you beat it? Well, you have to proactively go outside your comfort zone to sites committed to offering differing perspectives. Our managing editor recommends a site like realclearpolitics.com. Back to you, Estela.
We're going to have to check it out and open your mind. Thank you very much, Maria. Today, Ferguson protesters stormed St. Louis City Hall. The protest march included about 200 people, and it began with a mock trial of Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson, who shot and killed 18-year-old Michael Brown. It was held on the steps of the old courthouse, the site of the Dred Scott trial. Dred Scott was a slave and social activist who sued several masters for his freedom. Police arrested at least 2 protesters. Now, El Paso police identified the victim of a deadly drive-by shooting in El Paso's Lower Valley. According to police, a car drove by a home on the 300 block of Marisol Drive about 1:20 Sunday morning. Someone inside that car fired several shots, hitting 2 men outside a home. One of the victims, 38-year-old David Gomez, died at Del Sol Medical Center. A 24-year-old man was also wounded. Police are not releasing his name. The gunman or gunmen have not been caught. Police urge anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers. The number is on your screen. That's 566-TIPS, 566-8477. Well, today is the busiest travel day of the year. Millions of Americans head to their Thanksgiving destination. Crowds and congestion aren't the only things causing headaches. Federal officials say more than 550 flights have been canceled nationwide so far today. The bulk of them in the Northeast, where rain and snow are hampering travel. Highways have been sloppy along the Washington to Boston corridor. That's why some are traveling by train.
The car, partial, and then the last leg of the trip will be train, just due to the weather, and then for kind of avoid some of the traffic.
Good news for those driving to their destination. Thanksgiving gas prices are at their lowest in years. And Dave, the forecast shows warmer temperatures are in store back east for the next major travel day. Now the big trip home, they're getting in today, but they're going out on Sunday.
Yeah, they're going to have to certainly watch out across portions of the area because we still have some snow in the forecast for your Sunday, too. across portions of the country. But in the meantime, boy, it was a cold start to the morning this morning. Look at those temperatures. 29 in Las Cruces, 27 in El Macordo, 25 out there in Deming, 30 officially out at the airport. We were a couple of degrees below the freezing mark, and certainly we'll see a little bit warmer temperatures once we look ahead to tomorrow morning. So that is the good news. That's what's happening across the country, and you can see all across the southwest. We're looking at mainly clear skies. Lots of sunshine throughout the day today, and we will see another gorgeous day coming our way tomorrow, which I'll talk about coming up, Estelle.
Okay, Dave, thank you. A $120,000 bonus for UMC CEO Jim Valenti. County Commissioner Carlos Leon tells ABC-7 Valenti has been less than candid about his bonus. Leon showed us an email in which Valenti stated no bonuses were given out this year and none were projected through the rest of the year. This afternoon, we have new information on a story ABC-7 first broke last week. Today, ABC-7 got a hold of a letter sent by Valenti to Commissioner Leon. Valenti says it was all a misunderstanding. Quote, "We provided to you the performance bonuses paid in 2013, and as of the date of the email, August 15th, 2014, no bonuses had been paid for fiscal 2014. Valenti goes on to say, "The evaluation of performance goals set for the executive staff and myself are conducted in November, after the fiscal year ends. During those performance reviews, it was determined that many of the goals were achieved and therefore justified the bonuses." As we've reported, Valenti received his bonus at a time when the hospital has been struggling financially. A couple of months ago, it laid off 56 employees. The UMC board has said the $300,000 in bonuses was budgeted, but commissioners say the board never brought them up during budget sessions. Now to some sports news. The UTEP football team is 6-5 with one game to play. Do the Miners need to win Saturday to play in a bowl game? ABC-7's Darren Hunt has been examining all the scenarios, and he's live in West El Paso with the details. Darren.
Estella, getting to a bowl game for only the 6th time in 44 years would be huge for UTEP. But after speaking with AD Bob Stoll today, it's apparent nothing is guaranteed unless the Miners win this weekend. Now, Conference USA has 5 firm bowl tie-ins: the New Mexico Bowl on December 20th, the Boca Raton Bowl on December 23rd, the Bahamas and Sheridan Hawaii Bowls on Christmas Eve, and the Heart of Dallas Bowl the day after Christmas. However, a look at the standings and records in Conference USA shows 3 schools, Marshall, Louisiana Tech, and Rice, already with 7 wins and assured of bowl games, with the winner of UTEP and Middle Tennessee on Saturday becoming the 4th. But Western Kentucky could also get to 7 wins with an upset of Marshall, and Alabama, Birmingham, and Old Dominion have shots at becoming bowl eligible with a win, meaning as many as 8 teams in the league could be bowl eligible. I spoke by phone with UTEP Athletic Director Bob Stoll this morning about UTEP's bowl situation. Stoll is in Anaheim with the Miner basketball team this week. He didn't disagree with the statement that this Saturday's game against Middle Tennessee may very well be a bowl play-in game for the UTEP football team.
Well, there's only one way to ensure yourself a bowl game, and that's to win the 7. Because in our conference we have basically 5, 6 bowl tie-ins.
As Stoll mentioned, there is a possibility for a 6th Conference USA Bowl tie-in. CUSA has a secondary tie-in with the Independence Bowl, although nothing is assured. Now, coming up at 6, you'll hear what the Conference USA Assistant Football Commissioner thinks about UTEP's bowl chances. Estella?
Okay, Darren, thank you very much. And